Hello, superhumans. I'm Sally, and this is my vibrational reading on Catherine Middleton, Princess of Wales. This is going to be more in line with the William vibrational reading I did, because it's actually more of a continuation of well, part of it is anyway, on what Amanda Ellis, her energy readings are with Prince William having the Arthurian vibrational energy. And the more I sit with that and understand a little bit more clearly what she's talking about, I would have to agree with her to some measure, um, because there is an Arthurian energy around him. At first, I thought she might be talking that Prince William was the embodiment or the reincarnation of the energy known as King Arthur. But when I tune into that, that energy is more than one person. So, in kind of a collection of people. And then this myth was built around this one guy. Um, but what Amanda Ellis has been saying on her videos is that there does seem to be this Arthurian energy around him. Now, let me explain by starting with my story um, in my energy read with Catherine Middleton. Now, I have to say, this is my opinion, my vibrational reading for entertainment purposes only. And please do your own due diligence and do your own research and come to your own conclusions, because oftentimes we give away our power to people who quote can see. The thing of it is, people, as you know, for those of you working with me, you all can do it. But I've spent my 8 years honing this skill, so you can do it too. And if you'd like more information on that, visit my website, sallyknop.com. And on that website, you can check out the videos and see what can be done to help ignite the superhuman in you. Now let's get into the energy read that I have personally for Catherine Middleton. I do, um, the fact that she was seen out and about, it sort of made me feel pretty good. I think she's going to recover. She's always been really, really fit, very athletic, very fit. But I feel that she's not going to recover um, as quickly as she would like. So I know the palace has put out the statement that she will return to her duties. Um, I think sometime around Easter. I feel like she might to some degree, but I don't know that she's going to be able to carry the load she was carrying for a bit, because what she went through really depleted her. Now, because this is what we call fluff tube, I have to be careful how I say this. So, this is going to be controversial. Those of you who don't like the video, just maybe stop now and move on, because this is my vibrational read. This is exactly what I'm getting, what I'm picking up. And it is controversial, quite frankly. But I do feel that I think she had and I felt this all along. I had felt this from the very beginning that part of her colon might have been removed. There's something going on with her colon. I don't know if there's like part of it's dying. And when I tune into that, I get there's high toxic levels. Now, I almost begin to think once I sit on that for a little bit, I'm kind of looking back. They talked about it was emergency surgery. They also said it had been surgery that had been planned, and yet when you look at our calendar, there really isn't anything in there that suggests right before that event took place that there was much cancellation due to an upcoming surgery. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am, because I don't want to put wrong information out there. That's not who I am. But I do get the feeling there were toxins involved. I also feel there might be foul play involved. So, what that would look like, the palace is definitely going to be guarding that information. So, we know with Fergie, we know with Prince Charles, they come out, they say he's got cancer, she's got cancer, and that they're working on his cancer. Now, they really haven't been clear about what kind of cancer King Charles is dealing with. Um, first, he had a prostate problem, but it seems that it might have metastasized, or there might have, or maybe there was cancer discovered due to an enlarged prostate that was being dealt with. It's kind of murky that way. And honestly, if you're living on the world stage, would you want some of the most private, intimate information about you to become public? And I think to a large degree, we have to respect that. But to get back to Catherine, with her, it was even more murky, the information. I mean, she's here one day, gone the next. So that does tell me that this was acute, fast, and it hit her hard. And I do feel energetically that there were toxins involved. Part of the colon was probably and most likely removed. I also feel the way the energy's going now, remember, new energy can open up while other doors become closed. But where the energy feels like it's headed with this is that she's not going to recover fully. And I don't know that we're ever going to learn the details of what happened. And part of that is, I believe there is an investigation going on, because I think there was something foul afoot, if you will, that precipitated all of this. And it really feels like there's going to be kind of a long, the investigation to it takes longer than what we, the public, would want to know. I think, however, how this eventually plays out, we'll begin to see her back on the stage. She will get back to feeling better enough that where she can take on her duties. And as she does that, maybe some of the gossip that goes on can begin to wane a little bit. Now, here's what we can all do. One, we can respect Catherine enough to give her space. And I realize and recognize we all want to know what's going on. She's a public figure. And to some degree, the palace, it's always been never complain, never explain. But when you live in a world where information is now an immediate and you're a public person, when you hold information back, that gets tongues wagging. And the next thing you have all kinds of speculations. It's not even true. So as I do the energy read, that's the energy I'm picking up on. I feel that there is, when I go to the source of what caused this, which is why it's going to get really controversial with everybody right now. So trigger warning. it really has the feeling energetically that Prince William was really, I don't know if he was struggling or if somebody was trying to manipulate him into thinking or doing or going in a certain direction. I felt like he was digging in his heels. Now, everybody wants to throw Meghan Markle under it. I'm not a fan of Meghan. I do feel initially that there was some speculation on William's part that Meghan might have had something to do with this, but I don't get that energetically. I feel like this is a much higher thing. So, like levels above him, I feel like they're trying to bring William in. Now, this is where it gets to that Arthurian energy. So, controversial, trigger warnings, don't want to hear it, stop the video now. So, energetically, my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, is that I feel that Catherine was to be made an example of, and William, we didn't do as much harm as we could. And they know that William, because of how his mother was treated, he is going to protect Catherine at all cost. Now, some of you said, well, with what was her name, Hanbury or whatever her name was, that he was allegedly had an affair with. I don't get that energetically. I think that was a narrative that got put out to drive a wedge between William and Catherine. I do not see him at all, energetically speaking, cheating on his wife. I don't see that. They are well connected. They're well suited for each other. I think they planned this pre-birth, and I do feel whatever is going on with them will make them stronger partners. They're definitely walking in the same step. She did struggle with believing that. I energetically feel her struggle. That do I believe William? Because it all made sense. It's almost like somebody planted in not only Catherine's mind, but in the world stage mind. 99% of this was true about what William's done. Oh, let's add this one little bit in that sends it over the edge. And that one little bit is like 99% truth, 1% lie. And so the lie is what would drive the wedge. So that's how I get energetically. But with this height, it feels, golly, guys, I wish you could feel this energy that I'm feeling. It feels like it's like really high up. It's almost like these are the puppets. I hate to say it that way. And there's like puppet masters up here. And they're saying, you know what, William, you need to come along with our agenda. I feel Charles has to some degree, but Charles is always been waffling. Like he's never really fully in and never really fully out. So he doesn't like to really rock the boat. He just kind of wants to do his thing and just be king. And even that's kind of an annoyance to him. I feel like he's always felt like he's been trapped by this, but being raised with duty, that he needed to really he had to do what he had to do. And to some degree, I do feel it would have been nice if the royal family would have given blessings for Camilla in the very beginning, only because I think that was kind of his soul partner. But at the same time, we wouldn't have had William. And William brings forward his mother's energy. And even though Diana was very young, very confused, as we all are when we are younger, and she had her own traumas that were never appropriately dealt with, and then she gets involved in this family, there is a pureness to her energy that William has. And I feel bad for, because she once said, I feel like the lamb to the slaughter, and I kind of felt like, she felt that, and it kind of felt that way. But she is Prince William's mother, and she courses through him with all the beautiful energy Princess Diana was. Everything that was good in Diana pulses through Prince William. Loyalty, the sense of duty, the need to protect your family at all cost, the tactile showing emotion where you see where, even though it's not appropriate for them to maybe touch, you'll see that he does support his wife and that he is very good as a father. Diana was a beautiful mother, and at the same time, Prince William is a beautiful father. Everything in his world, he will be husband and father before he'll be king. That's in his mind. Whereas everybody before him was going to be king or queen before they were mother, father. Not with William. That's not how I see it with him. So with this Arthurian energy that's coming up, these puppet masters have engaged with the wrong dude. I feel so strongly that the anger in him is so up now. I will not be, this is how it's coming through. I will not adhere to you. You will not do this to my family. I am going to protect my family at all costs. And I am not playing your game. I am not going to be your puppet master. He's going to step into kingship, and he is going to be, I think he is going to be a very good king. Um, I'm not so sure that it's going to go beyond him, though. It sort of feels like there's a dissolving of the royal family in time, but only because it needs to. And it will be gently done and appropriately done and respectfully done. Um, there will be a role for George, and there will be a role for his descendants, but it's not going to look the same or as opulent, maybe. Maybe that's where that energy's headed. It's not going to be rules for me and rules for thee. Not with William. Mm-mm. Not with William. So I do feel that Catherine will recover. Her recovery time is definitely going to, it feels like it takes a whole lot longer than it was taking place. And this Arthurian energy that's coming in will lift Catherine up and give her strength. She's definitely going to draw strength from William. This event, I do believe wholly, that is bringing this couple so close together. As tragic as it is, as hard as it is to watch from afar and not know, I do feel that their energy is going to be better, stronger, and honestly, I feel their country, is going to be a betterment for it. Now, what I would ask that we all do is send them healing, love, and light. Send them as much good energy as you can. If there are dark forces at work within the royal family, why we're seeing everything go on with almost every single one of them, your love and your sending prayers of love will break apart those dark forces that have these people in their clutches. And everyone deserves healing. Everyone deserves love. And it's important that we remember that our thoughts and emotions can affect and manifest the futures. So send love, send healing to the royal family. But above all, Catherine has done so much for the British people and for people around the world, has been a beautiful role model for women and mothers and people in all walks of life. Please send her healing and know that in time, things will right itself. And please be respectful. Give the royal family their distance and time to sort all this mess out, and let's be loving toward them and give them as much love as we can to facilitate all their healing. I hope this helps. If anybody would like a vibrational reading, please reach out to me at sallyknop.com. If you would like an energy healing, energy read, Akashic records, or quantum healing hypnosis, check me out on sallyknop.com. For now, please give it a like if you like the video, and we'll talk later about other things.